Hello traders, it's Jens here from Nikos Trading Academy and welcome to another weekly live room video results. We will start with Euro CHF. We knew that price started to be in a range, and what happened, of course, when in a range or in a wedge, like I say, you have two things. Either you bounce trade that or you just wait for that range or wedge to finish for a breakout. Now, if you have decided to trade that, we knew that that wasn't a big movement. It was like 80 pips, 90 pips of a range, but if you can bounce trade that a couple of times, that would give you great results, since this support and resistance area are holding. So you see at the beginning of the week with a pending order of even bigger one, with an APO of 20 pips, you could have gone for 70 pips, already win-win. And of course, again, the same thing with a pending order with an APO of again 20 pips, you would go again for 80 pips. Right now, win-win 60 pips. So if you bounce trade that long and then short, for sure you will have 4% and going. And of course, already you know that when price reaches this area, you're going to bounce trade that long as price respects this area. And you can see that this is an M6, of course, looks much more better than if you switch to M24. You will see in this case, when you see something like that, you will say, okay, I'm not trading that. But you never know how it's going to look on lower settings. So you can use a different kind of strategy depending also the settings you are going to trade. On GBP New Zealand dollar, we saw price creating a false breakout on a major resistance area. Some of you use these spikes also with pending orders. More conservative M12, M6. Your APO would be, this would be the ideal entry, of course, more or less like 30 pips. And you can see price has already moved down to 200 pips, 210. Your target is 240 and still going. Okay, don't close everything. You can see price was in a small slow movement here, but now you can see it still has the potential to go short, and your target is already here. It's waiting for you. So actually that would be like an early bounce trade with the 30 pips of an APO going for 350 pips. For now, with 30 pips of an APO, with 200 pips so far on GBP New Zealand dollar, we have 7% in our winning ratio. Another bounce opportunity that we had on Euro GBP, again, through our top-down approach, we found major support areas. Again, according to your liking, either you went with an aggressive bounce or a conservative. You can see already price. Let's say if you had a pending order here, the way we have explained, again 30 pips, already 120 pips, you have covered your win-win scenario. Of course, you could trail your APO below your 36 CMA and just wait for the price to get to this point. Stress-free trades, and of course already having in mind that when price reaches this area, you are going to bounce trade that short. Now on a GBP JPY, we had a very nice trade, and that could be taken with two ways. Either you could have bounce trade that on a major trend line coming from higher settings, or wait for a more conservative approach like we said with our combination. You had your entry here. Again, my APO was like 30, 40 pips, 35, again depending on your entry. and already price has reached 200, 210, 20, 220 pips, 6% only with this movement. The whole thing is giving yourself the time to stay in the trade as long as possible. We never close everything. We calculate our distance, we try to create a win-win scenario, we apply our money management rules, but when we are going for a direction, we stay as long as possible, and this is what makes a difference. So on GBP JPY, we have 6% also added up. Now on New Zealand dollar CAD, we had a combination of a higher settings, lower settings, and even lower opportunities to enter. We got in with an M6. This was again of an APO of 27, 30 pips, and we were targeting, of course, for 75, but with this spike, price kick us out. We got stopped out, but that's not an issue. We already know that more or less we risk 0.5%. So if we make 5, 6%, 4% of some trades and we get stopped out with 0.5% in some others, it doesn't matter. It's not worth mentioning it. That is why we stay as long as possible, so we can have a cushion or a buffer. So we will be stopped out. Each part of the game. Okay, nobody has 100% winnings. You will get stopped out. It's part of the game, and the sooner you accept it, as soon, of course, as you apply your correct money management rules, it won't matter. Also, another trade that I would like to discuss is CHF yen. On higher settings, we saw price getting squeezed. A big major resistance area, a well-respected powerful trend line, multiple tops in this case, and of course what you could have done in all these cases is bounce trading. In this case, from this area, we know that price is respecting this resistance, and if you are in from this with a pending order of 30, 40 pips, price has already moved 300 pips, and this is 7% for you in your piggyback. We have also some positions running, some of them this week, some of them from last week. We have also from 24th of April some positions. As long as price is following our direction, we will stay in, and that's it. Now this is more than 900 pips only with this pair. This pair we have discussed about 31%. So that is what I'm talking about. You know, risking 0.5%. If you get stopped out even in 5 pairs, it will be like only 2.5%. So instead of 31, you will have 28, 29. So not a big deal for me, at least. I don't think it should be for you. So thank you very much once more for watching one of our videos. Have a great weekend, and see you again tomorrow in our live room. Bye bye, everybody.